Morning, Charlotte. Crikey, the last thing the royal family can deal with at the moment is another one of their key figurehead members being out of action. Do we know anything about what happened?
Well, the irony is even Princess Anne doesn't know what's happened. And actually, it's kind of worrying because she just can't really remember what happened. And she was completely alone in the field. So her daughter Zara has described...
This was at her Gatcombe Park estate in Gloucestershire.
She was at Gatcombe Park estate, and what she's known to do is take evening strolls to check on her horses, alone sometimes.
Right.
And Zara once described how even if she's been at a royal event, she'll go with her full makeup and hair and pearl earrings just for a walk around the field with her welly boots on and her nice outfit. So she loves doing this. It's obviously something she does regularly. I dread to think how long she was there on her own because she was completely on her own, and then eventually she was found. I mean, I hope she wasn't there on her own, unconscious. She was maybe kicked by a horse, we think. And the irony is, if she'd been on the horse, she probably would have been fine because she's an excellent horsewoman. Yeah. She very rarely falls or hurts herself, but this time she was on foot. So she was hit by a horse, we think.
And she's in hospital. They say she could be in for a whole week.
Yeah.
Concussion can have all sorts of complicating factors. The fact she can't remember what happened should be a cause for concern.
I think really concerning. It's actually not the first time. She's been concussed before, back in the 70s, and she said she literally, the whole day was gone.
Right.
She had an accident while she was on horseback. But yes, she's going to be in for the whole week. It suggests that they are taking this very seriously. Although they did say she's expected to make a full recovery, and actually it was so nice to hear those words. I hadn't realised how much we've been missing them.
I know.
They immediately said she's going to make a full and swift recovery. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to hear that about Charles yet. So she's kind of trying to piece together the facts herself at the moment.
I really hope it isn't swift, actually, because any sort of post-traumatic amnesia with a head injury would suggest that it was fairly significant. Because we've all, you get a knock on the head, as long as you're slightly dazed but you know what's just happened, probably going to be OK. We see it with rugby players, don't we, now? They take concussion much more seriously. You'd like to think they do not rush her back to work.
I'm sure they won't. However, she is so fundamental.
Yeah.
She did 30% of this year's royal engagements earlier this year. And, for the Japan state visit today, it's actually really, really important. It's been rearranged once. There's a lot of pressure on this event. They really needed her gravitas, because she is a little piece of Prince Philip and the Queen. She's just the perfect combination of the two.
Yes, she is.
And the gravitas and experience she would have brought to the state banquet today was really important. And as we know, we're missing many other royals.
Yeah, Princess of Wales won't be there.
No, and there's no non-working royals now, they've decided. So they can't just draft in even Anne's daughter, Zara, because she's a non-working royal. She doesn't even have a royal title, because Anne actually decided that she couldn't have one, which is a very Anne-like move. They can't just draft in a Beatrice and Eugenie. There was some hope that that might happen, but no, it's only working royals today.
Prince Andrew is retired, effectively.
Prince Andrew's retired. We all know what happened to Meghan and Harry. So it's going to be really worrying for them that she's not there. Obviously, they're worried about her health, but they needed her there. She was going to have one of the very top positions at this banquet tonight.
And she was going on an official visit to Canada.
Yes.
Did you see the itinerary?
Stop itinerary. I think it was something like 24 or 48 hours. She was
in Canada.
Yeah, but flying all that way there for 2 days and then coming straight back.
And she's 73?
Yeah.
She's 73. It's a lot of pressure. And of course, there's a lot of royals that aren't working at the moment. And basically, the workload has gone on to Anne. And she's very willing. But this is the thing. Sometimes you need to save people from themselves, because Anne will always say yes. Yeah. And she does get stuck in. And interestingly about Canada, she very rarely does what a lot of other royals do, which is bolt on a holiday onto the end of these things. Yeah. She was literally going to Canada, coming straight back.
She doesn't look like the kind of woman that really believes in holidays, does she?
No, I don't think.
It's her mother's ethic. Do you know, I saw her at one of the Buckingham Palace garden parties a few weeks ago. It was on a Friday. She was amazing with those veterans. It was to raise awareness for a military veterans charity. Implausibly, I was put in the line up to meet her, and I said, hang on, she doesn't really do people like me. No, you're going to... And I did say to her, look, I know you don't normally talk to people, you're quite right, I don't, but you're supporting the charity, it's fine. But I did say to her, how long are you going to keep this pace up?
Yeah, what did she say?
She said, I think I've got to, don't you? Got to carry on. And it was that...
Keep calm and carry on.
Exactly.
She is that, isn't she? Embodies that.
And she's 73.
Thank God it was just a kick to the head and the horse. I mean, I know it sounds... I think she's brilliant. What if next time it's something more serious and she's completely taken out of the game?
Yeah.
And there's a long time before George turns 18 and these new royals start coming up. There's a bit of a gap in bodies at the moment to get on the ground, boots on the ground.